After a few seconds, the poison starts to take effect. Han Kang-seok has experienced this hellish game many times, but this is a first. He has no idea where all of his plans went wrong. Moves he never expected kept coming out one after another. Sungwoo is definitely different from any player he have faced before. He is beyond what he can control with just his experience. In short, Sungwoo is a variable. Han Kang-seok gathers up all of his remaining strength for a last-ditch effort. He tells Sungwoo that he didn't expect him to be this much of a headache. He never got beaten this much hard in all of the games he experienced. But before he can do anything, he gets pierced by a spear. The spear activates breath field upon contact with the skin of Han Kang-seok, which in turn roasts him to a crisp. Sungwoo knew well that he could not afford the luxury of giving breathing space to Han Kang-seok, and he made sure that he used all of his power in the last attack. A notification pops up with a flash of light, informing Han Kang-seok that he is dead. He is floating in an unknown space. He lost to the Necromancer and died. He believes that Sungwoo is quite a pro now. All of a sudden, his eyes lit up in excitement as he is about to use another hidden card. If he destroys this world, then they will have no choice but to accept him. That's his quest reward as well. After that, he will blend into the society of the game operators. He believes that the operators are not so different from us. They probably want obedient toys like him. He can enjoy the benefits of being their favorite until they get bored. A notification pops up stating, "Using the original body's death as fuel, you are resurrected as the Demon King." Meanwhile, on the other side, Sungwoo just got 28,000 gold coins for slaying a player. He is thinking whether it is finally over or not. He can feel that something is off. Han Kang-seok was fully prepared. He is not someone who can go down this easily. All of a sudden, the body of Han Kang-seok starts to levitate up in the air. A demonic hand emerges from the body of Han Kang-seok. Sungwoo says that he knew it was not over yet. A notification pops up informing everyone in the vicinity that Boss Monster Demon King's true form has appeared. Meanwhile, on the other side, Ji-soo-yoon asks Isabella if they are really on the lowest floor. Isabella says that you are right, and Ji-soo-yoon is thinking that Isabella is suddenly quit. Isabella is like the king of the Great Mountain Range. Even the king of the Great Mountain said he was annoyed by a voice telling him to kill everyone. Plus, he said that different voices often whisper in his mind. Sometimes those voices mention PC Cafe. He can clearly hear voices of laughing and chatting with someone in such a place. If the king of the Great Mountain Range was really a monster, there is no way he do have memories like that. Ji-soo-yoon thinks that maybe all monsters with intelligence are like that. Isabella asks Ji-soo-yoon if she existed in this world from the beginning. Ji-soo-yoon informs Isabella that they were just living ordinary lives. Sometimes there was peace, and sometimes there was fighting. Then one day, the game began out of nowhere. Isabella asks Ji-soo-yoon if in her perspective, the role of Isabella was probably to obstruct her. Ji-soo-yoon says that she is correct. All of a sudden, Isabella bursts with anger once again as she asks, why is she thinking unnecessarily and feeling confused? She just needs to kill Ji-soo-yoon. There is no need for these doubts and thoughts. Ji-soo-yoon asks Isabella if she hears a voice trying to control her, but Isabella stays silent. Ji-soo-yoon tells Isabella if there is a voice in your head, then try going against it. Someone she knows tried to find freedom and purpose that way. Isabella was about to say something, but Ji-soo-yoon detected a presence. There is something coming toward them. It turns out to be Li Wei who was sent flying this far. Ji-soo-yoon asks Li Wei if she was not with Sungwoo. On the other hand, Li Wei is relieved to find Ji-soo-yoon. It turns out that Li Wei was fighting against Grace, and she told Grace that she would stop her for the Demon King versus Necromancer fight. But now, they are all gathered in here. Grace gets a bit taken back after finding that Isabella is there as well. Grace becomes furious after thinking that maybe Isabella is being restricted by Ji-soo-yoon and the World Tree faction. Ji-soo-yoon tells Grace that she will have to go through her first. All of a sudden, Isabella appears behind Ji-soo-yoon. She informs the human girl that you let your guard down, you have already been hit. Isabella tells Ji-soo-yoon to look under her feet. Ji-soo-yoon finds out that there is thick shadow below her feet. Bibona starts to drag away Ji-soo-yoon using his shadow skill. Grace says that they will meet again if she survives. A notification pops up informing Ji-soo-yoon that she has fallen into the shadow's shackles. Jisoo Yoon is thinking that she got caught. She didn't even sense the shadow approaching her. Maybe this is due to the skill of a top-tier assassin. Jisoo Yoon sees a light as she reaches the bottom. The shadow around her is strange as well. Bibona pops out of the light as he informs Jisoo Yoon that he really wanted to meet her. His side still aches from the blow she dealt to him. He is going to tear her apart like rags. With that being said, a lot of shadow knives plunge toward Jisoo Yoon. Meanwhile, on the other side, exhausted Sungwoo comes face to face with the real form of the Demon King. Sungwoo is thinking that this is on another level compared to when Han Kang-seok transformed in the underworld. All of a sudden, two spheres get launched behind the Demon King, and they are emitting a huge amount of lightning. The sphere attacks Sungwoo along with his Gigantes, but Sungwoo survives by leaping back behind the Gigantes. He is thinking that those spheres and lightning are not the Demon King's power. It must be the power of a divinity like Zeus or Thor. If he knew about the identity of this divine being, then he could find a solution, but he does not have the luxury of time now. All he can do is either find an opening or use Celestial Cleave, or he can consider the final option, Ancient Death. The name of this skill is Grim Reaper Summon Time Control. It's an active type skill with First Awakening rank. He can summon the Grim Reaper Scythe for 3 hours per day and temporarily enter the Lich state. Sub-skill, Death Domain, while in Lich form, your max summon count increases by 50 and all stats increase by 10 points. Due to the Enduring Insight effect, the skill's effects increase by 20% every hour. Second sub-skill, Ancient Death. When the summoning time ends, for 1 minute you can invoke Ancient Death. No one knows what will happen. The problem with this skill is that it's unclear what kind of power this is. It's obvious something is being hidden here on purpose. After some time, the Han Kang-seok manages to catch up to Sungwoo. Sungwoo manages to use Shadow Shift as Han Kang-seok was about to rip him apart. Sungwoo knows well that at this rate, he will be caught before he can find an opening. All of a sudden, a lot of flames pop out of a newly opened hole. As soon as the flames subside, Isabella pops out of the hole. Isabella is not wearing the Dragon Keeper around her neck. Sungwoo gets worried about Jisoo Yoon. Han Kang-seok becomes happy after finding out that Isabella is safe. He tells the Necromancer that it is checkmate. Isabella gets ready to attack. But later, to everyone's surprise, instead of Sungwoo, she punches Han Kang-seok in the face. The punch was so powerful that it sent Han Kang-seok flying away into the distance. Han Kang-seok is still in disbelief as he previously thought that Isabella would never betray him. Her head should be filled with their voices. They are constantly telling her to follow him and kill the human players. Before Han Kang-seok can get his bearing, he gets directly hit by another powerful Dragon Breath attack. The Dragon Breath was so powerful that it pierced through a huge portion of the Dragon King's castle. Sungwoo is thinking that it was a direct hit. With that kind of heat, even he can't hold out for long. Sungwoo asks her if she did not realize that her collar is off. Isabella tells Sungwoo that it's still on. There is something older and tougher than the collar, which is still fastened tight. Even she did not realize it was there. That's why she made a decision. She won't be used as a tool anymore. Sungwoo is thinking that she must have gone against the system just like the king of the Great Mountain. Isabella warns the Necromancer to not let his guard down. Han Kang-seok is not someone who can die this easily, and the Demon King's castle, which is formed from his authority, is still intact. There is something burning up in the distance. After the smoke starts to evaporate, it turns out that someone is glaring back at them. Meanwhile, on the other side, Han-ho and the prosecutor are being overrun by the minions of the Demon King. After some time, Han-ho can see some light down the hallway, and he thinks that maybe it's the exit. More monsters pop out of the place where the light was. It is as if they were waiting in ambush instead of charging ahead at them. Prosecutor is thinking that these things used to crawl out of the walls and charge at them mindlessly. But now they are waiting. At some point, the behavior of these monsters changed. The rear guard of the prosecutor team gets overwhelmed with monsters, and the situation on their left corridor is not different either. Gang Yun Lee says that the monsters are doing a coordinated hunt. They should not be capable of this kind of thinking. All of a sudden, Han-ho realizes that they stopped. Someone with 4 hands arrives behind the monsters. It turns out to be Paolo, who tries to mock Han-ho by calling him a dwarf. Han-ho strikes back by calling him the guy who lost his manhood due to taking too much steroids. Paulo gets angry after hearing it, which solidifies the point of Hanho even further. Hanho informs the prosecutor that he will take care of this guy who lost his happiness by taking steroids. Prosecutor is thinking that Hanho always had the image of someone hiding behind the Necromancer. He is a mood maker, but he is hard to trust in combat. But somehow he has grown strong enough to reach this point. The Hanho of today is someone he can believe in. Prosecutor orders the Crusaders to hold the enemy. Everyone else will focus on breaking through to the exit. At the same time, Hanho comes face to face against Paulo. Paulo asks Hanho if he thinks he can stop him alone or if Hanho forgot how he got knocked out before. Hanho informs him that it was part of his plan. Hanho throws away all of his shields as he informs Paulo that he has thought hard about how to deal with someone like him who is specialized in defense. So he found another solution beside a shield. Paulo gets ready as he tells Hanho to pull it out fast. Paulo is determined to crush the head of this dwarf like a tin can. Hanho pulls out a lot of cannons as he informs Paulo that he brought a product of civilization for him. Paulo gets hit by a volley of cannon fire. One of the cannonballs hits him direct in the face, resulting in a critical hit. Paulo's face is bleeding quite hard and one of his hand got destroyed as well, but he is still persistent that he is not done yet. He lunges toward Hanho while yelling that 4 metal balls are not enough to break him. Hanho releases another rapid-fire volley. This time, Paulo easily deflects them using his combat-trained reflexes and vision. Hanho blinds the vision of Paulo using a skill called Holy Light. The vision of Paulo got hindered, and he gets hit by another cannon fire volley. Paulo was quite surprised to find out that Hanho has a priest class. Paulo mistakes Hanho for a 4-star class called the Noble Paladin, who can use a shield and priest abilities, but Hanho informs him that he is just a thief. Paulo could not believe that someone can choose such shitty hybrid class, but Hanho is dead serious, and he uses his stealth skill to vanish. Now Paulo believes that Hanho is really a thief. Hanho appears behind him and he uses another rapid-fire session on Paulo. Hanho gets pumped up as he keeps filling the body of Paulo with steel balls. Meanwhile, on the outside, the airships are doing a good job in holding back the monster rush. All of a sudden, the king senses something weird in the sky. A lot of gates to the hell dimension start to pop out in the sky. Master Hirsch says that he has a bad feeling about this. Spearman Kyungsu informs him that something weird is happening beneath the Demon King's castle as well. A disaster quest pops out. Its name is the Descent of the Demon Overlord, and it's an optional quest. Its objective and awards are unknown. It states that someone provoked the Demon King's wrath, and now his true form descends upon this world. This rage is beyond even his control, and it will sweep across the entire world. You now face a fateful choice. If you swear loyalty to the Demon King, you may survive under his rule. Whenever the number of those who swear loyalty to the Demon King exceeds a threshold, a portion of their power is absorbed by the Demon King, granting him a power-up. A notice pops out asking every single player if they want to swear loyalty to the Demon King. Spearman Kyungsu says that this kind of thing is happening across the entire world. They are not even trying to hide it anymore. They are all survivors of this hellish game. There is no way anyone is going to willingly put on shackles now. At the same time, Sungwoo got a different system notice. It tells him that if special conditions are met, then he can earn the hero perk. Sungwoo is thinking that maybe the cliché of Demon King versus the hero is playing out right now. Maybe this will grant him advantages against the Demon King. But he has no idea about the conditions of this quest. All of a sudden, the whole Demon King's castle starts to go up in flames and lava. Both Sungwoo and Isabella make it out of the castle before it can go down. The trees outside the Demon King's castle start to fall, and the players prepare to open a hypergate to get back up. Something weird starts coming out of the Hell Dimension portals, and the ground below them starts to collapse. Sungwoo is thinking that the Demon King is absorbing the power of Hell Dimension. The ground starts to tear apart in a huge sea of flames. After some time, a huge hand comes out of the ground. Demon King slowly makes his way up from the ground, and he is quite huge in size. A notification pops up informing everyone that the world boss monster Demon King complete form has appeared.